Welcome back, everyone. I am so happy to have you here. My name is Virginia Prodan. I'm the host of Courageous Leadership with Virginia Prodan. And I want to welcome the new ones, the ones maybe that don't know you, don't know me. They haven't been with us. You are more than welcome here. I love to encourage people to have hope, to realize that they have a role and a purpose in life. Um, Even those who are discouraged, to be encouraged again and to be in fire and to realize that their lives is important. Um, I deal many times with people who regain their strength, they regain their courage, but I also deal sometimes with people that will say, someday, someday I will. Well, my message for you today is someday, it's today. And it has to be. It has to be for all of us. Um, we are living in an uncertain time. Many years ago, it started with lots of things. People blame COVID, people blame now inflation, the government, and so forth. But uncertainty is around us, and it creates a feeling of discouragement, a feeling that our lives or voice are not important, creates the impression that we just have to be obedient to the government. I hate this word, obedient to the government. The government was created by us and was created by God to protect us, but we support the government with taxes, and government should work for us and not against us. Government should not have the power to manipulate us and to subdue us into slave or puppets. For those of you who will always say, someday, I'm going to do something, my message to you is someday is today. Yes. There are three things that I want to share with you, and I want you to take notes, and I want you to think and reflect, not only now while I'm speaking, but also later on, because I believe there are three very important things in life that will energize you um, to have that someday notion, realize that indeed someday it's today. So, number one is instead of living every single day without goals, establish your goals for your life. Um, if it's too much, establish maybe two, three goals of your life. See what you want to do with your life. Remember that in order to know and to realize your goals, you have to look inside of you to know yourself and to realize how unique you are, how many talents and skills that you have. You might have skills and talents that I don't have. God created you unique as He created me unique, and each one of us for a specific purpose. So we have each one of us, we have a position, a place, like a small little piece of puzzle in the big puzzle of Jesus Christ, our Lord, and our lives will fit in that little puzzle that creates a beautiful image. But first of all, you have to realize those skills and talents that will give you the focus on goals, because those skills will build your goals. What are your goals? What are your goals for your business? What are your goals for your own life? What are your goals for your family, for your business, or for community? What about your goals for America? You are here in America for a reason. You are part of this country and you have a role. Don't be discouraged that the culture or the liberal government is telling you that you don't have a role. Yes, you do. You do have a role, but you have to fight against this discouragement. And by establishing those goals for you, and for me, it's fighting for freedom, fighting for faith, and fighting for families, for the values, Christian values that America was built on. For those of you who don't know me, uh, I'm the author of book Saving My Assassin. That is a memoir. You can buy it at Virginia Prodan books.com/product slash book, and you can find out how I discover my goals. I was raised and grew up in communist Romania. I was under a cruel dictator who, day by day, will take away our freedom. And still, in that atmosphere, God helped me to discover my goals and fighting for freedom, and to go to law school, Bucharest Law School, and later on to defend Christian and human rights cases. So I discovered that from a younger age, that someday was a specific day in my life. And I hope as you look at your skills and talents, place where God placed you to live, in your city, town, in your community, you will find out how why God placed you there, and based on all this, you will find out your goals. Maybe in the beginning, just one, and gradually you will discover more goals. Put them down, establish for every single day steps that you will advance your goals. If it's easier for you, if you are married, share those with your wife or your husband. Establish for both of you goals in your life, for your family, for your business, for your community. Establish every single week a meeting when you share together, the ups and downs, how you accomplish, how you still need to accomplish those goals. Are your goals to run for an office or to support someone in the office? It's your goal to develop your business even more, or if you don't have a business, to um, start a business. It's your goal to stay home mom and homeschool your kids. I believe that it's such an important role, an important goal, because you are molding the next generation of America. And the goals are individual goals. I'm just giving you different ways and different things that the way you can go about. After you establish those goals, number two is establish your priorities based on the goals that you already established. Every single day you have to make them your priority, and on your priorities, and on those goals, see how you can develop them, how you can improve each one of those goals. And again, if you need accountable, a partner accountable, if you are alone, you can find someone in your school, in your business, in your church, in your community, and you can do that. But establishing your priorities and living up to your priorities, it's very, very important. And make sure that you establish reasonable priorities. Sometimes we are so in fire that we start with sky, reaching the sky, and then we don't accomplish in a week or 2 weeks or in a month, and we get discouraged. So start with small steps, and be joyful for what you accomplish. Be joyful for what you discover. And be joyful even when you make mistakes, because the mistakes are teaching you how you can go and make those mistakes your lesson and go the next step. So be encouraged by everything that you are doing, or everything someone else in your community, in your family, it's doing, so you can keep those priorities in mind. As you develop them, those your goals can be developed from one goal to maybe three goals to five goals and so forth, but keeping your priorities um, on your daily agenda, it's very very important. And see when during the day your priorities you can accomplish, you have more success. Is that in the morning, you are a morning person? Is that in the middle of the day, or is that later in afternoon? Wherever the situation is, by the end of the day, as you pray for the entire day, think about what you accomplished, what you need to do for the next day. It's very important that at the end of the day, you look over the day and you evaluate the day, but you also look in advance for next day. How can you improve the next day? How can you do things better? And understand yourself and understand your goals and your priorities. Maybe your goal is to be more involved with your kids at school, as our schools are so marginalizing nowadays parents in their um, involvement in children's education. How you teach your children about the history of United States. What kind of trips do you are planning to do during summer this year or next year? Or every vacation, is that something that you had in mind, that you want your children to see all the historical monuments of America, that are teaching them about America and what America stands for? It's so important. That can be a goal for you. That can be a priority, and that can be establishing so many things in your children's life, and that is so valuable. They will value not only what you are doing, but you will be surprised. They might be doing next for the next generation, for their kids or grandkids. I know many times my children will say to me, "Mom, I became like you." And I'm like, "Okay, what in the world?" Say, "Do you remember when you taught us this and this, or you took us to this and this? Guess what? We are doing now with our children." So it's important, your goals and your priorities, and not only for you, but you are implementing now in your children's life and also in generations to come. So you have to understand that your goals and your priorities will last for generation to come. So it's important to start with yourself, and then with your family, and with the next generation. Number three, your daily progress. It's important, not perfectionist. If you are like me, and I am a perfectionist, and I have to find way to encourage myself and to catch myself when I am trying to be a perfectionist, and to teach myself that my daily progress is important, not my perfectionist. And perfectionist, trying to reach perfectionist can discourage you, and can move you back to even depression. So your daily progress is very important. So take your time and realize every day, every progress. And again, even when you make mistake, realize that that mistake, okay, you can transform it into a lesson, precious lesson, not only for you but for your children. It's important for our children to see ourselves that we, yes, we are making mistakes, we are humans, we forgive ourselves, God forgive us for the mistakes if we ask him, and we can transform those mistakes into a stepping stone, into lesson to go over and over and make progress. So this is a very important role, and those three elements are very important from the point of everyone, but special for the ones that will say, well, someday I will do it. Someday, it's today. And it's very important, not only for you, but for people around you, for your family, for your community, for your children, for generations to come. So, in order to start someday, and not prolonging, but to say someday it's today, remember, focus on your goal, discover your goals. Start with one goal, one that is important to you, develop it, focus on your goals and your priorities, and from there keep a records so you can go back and encourage yourself, share with others, with your family, with your children, with your community what you have done, so they will be encouraged and maybe they will start. That someday is today for them too. And remember that what is important, not perfectionist. We will never be perfect. We are work in progress, and God has so much patience with us until we are taken to heaven, where He makes us perfect in Christ. We our daily progress is important, and God has so much patience with us. So it's time for us to have patience with us and to value our daily progress and to be encouraged and let others be encouraged by our progress and by their progress too, because that's what is important. That's how you transform that discouraging, oh, someday I'm gonna do it, someday it's gonna happen, to someday is today, because you take charge of, and you said yes, with God and in God's help, with the talents and skills that God gave me, being a co-worker with God, I can do, I can transform that. Oh, someday into someday it's today, and you will be amazed how important you are in God's picture, in God's view of you, of your life, of your family, because He placed you here for a reason. He placed you in a specific time, in a specific town, in a specific community, because you are important. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. You are unique. You are here. You are. You have a pulse. You have a purpose, and the purpose is to be a co-worker with God, and to make that someday is today, a transforming part of your life, that your life will never be the same, and also life, your life will be changed, and many lives will be changed as they watch you, as they are encouraged, as they will embark like you in someday is today, a revolutionary process that moves you from depression, discouragement, to victory, to live a life as a victorious person, full of significance and success. I hope that you will send us your goals, your priorities, and how you accomplish daily your progress, and how you encourage others to do the same. We love to hear from you. We love to encourage you. We love to support you. Until next time, may God bless you, and we hope to hear from you. Bye bye.